Point number one, Saul is not chosen by God to be a king, but he's chosen by man. So because Jehovah, I have heard them, Samuel, give them their king. But now in giving them their king, the king should know what to do. Because maybe he's not used to such things. He says, when you get to that nation, he gives him instruction. He says, destroy everything that you'll find there. Yeah. Men, women, donkeys, camels, sheep, and goats, do not leave anything. Now, because Saul was applying for this tender, he promised God and Samuel that, don't worry, I will do as you say. The Bible says when he got there, he destroyed what he wanted to destroy. And he kept what he wanted to what? To kill. One of those things is that woman who had spirits. One of those things, it is the goats. He left the fatted goats and the fatted calves. No. The Bible says, when you read verse 22, before I sit down, verse 22 says, okay, before we go to verse 22, when he leaves the things, now he decides to come back. When he was coming back, God is speaking to Samuel. He says, Samuel, I hear the noise. Can you go and check what is that noise that I hear? Yeah. And when he goes out, he says, oh, this is Saul. And then he's like, but no, what is it that Saul is coming back with? Because I told him to destroy what? Everything. And then when Samuel asks a question, he says, but why did you leave or do not obey the word of the Lord? And then Samuel I decided to keep the fatted ones so that I will make a sacrifice to who? To the Lord. Now here is our conclusion. Verse 22, he says, but Samuel replied, what is more pleasing to the Lord? Your burnt offerings and sacrifices or obedience to his voice? Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice. Obedience is better than sacrifice. I want to say to the church, as much as we're about to give the sacrifice, maybe we thought we have kept the fatted envelope during the week to give it to God on Sabbath. But when you give it to God without obedience, to God it is meaningless. You can have the fatted envelope full of money, but God is saying obedience is better than sacrifice. And the Bible says, as he was coming with the sheep, they were busy making noise. We are giving tithe and offering, but it's full of noise. You are giving to God, but you are complaining. But God, you see my situation. And then we expect God to bless us. The reason why some of the blessings we do not get them, it is because, first, point number one, we have given, but we have not obedient to God. Point number two, we are giving to God, but the money and the envelopes and the tithes that we are giving, they are full of noise. How is God going to bless you? But God has been giving.